I married my husband B because I thought he was honest, hardworking, and someone I could build a future with. For years, we had talked about saving up to buy a house, start a family, and maybe even travel. We both worked decent jobs, and slowly, our savings account grew. I was proud of us, thinking we were building something stable together. One day, I noticed that the balance in our savings account seemed lower than I remembered. At first, I thought maybe I had miscalculated or forgotten about a bill we had paid. I brushed it off, not wanting to jump to conclusions. But over the next few months, the numbers kept dipping, and it didn't add up. When I confronted him, he gave me vague answers. He said he had moved some money around for investments and that I shouldn't worry. I wanted to believe him. I really did. But something inside me told me he wasn't being honest. One evening, while he was showering, I checked his email on the family computer. I found receipts for expensive equipment, travel bookings, and payments to people I didn't recognize. My stomach dropped. None of this had anything to do with us, our home, or our future. When I asked him directly, he finally admitted the truth. He had been lying to me for months. He used our savings to try and start a business in the music industry. He wasn't just chasing a dream. He was gambling with everything we had built together. I couldn't believe it. I wasn't angry at the idea of him having dreams, but I was furious that he betrayed me, lied to my face, and stole the future we had been working so hard for. We had talked about every big financial decision together until now. To make matters worse, I found out that he wasn't even being faithful. While traveling for his so-called business, he had been with other women. The betrayal felt like a knife twisting deeper every time I remembered his words. He had destroyed our savings, and now I realized he had also destroyed our marriage. I moved out and stayed with my sister for a while. He begged me to give him another chance, telling me that his big break was right around the corner. He kept saying I should support him the way a wife is supposed to support her husband. But support doesn't mean being lied to, cheated on, and left financially ruined. My family was shocked when I told them everything. They had always liked him, thought he was dependable. But when they heard what he had done, their sympathy turned into anger. My dad even said, "That man doesn't deserve you. Not after stealing your future." Even after everything, a small part of me wanted to believe he could change. But every time I replayed his lies in my head, I realized that trust, once broken in such a deep way, can't be repaired easily. It's not just about the money. It's about respect and honesty. I started therapy to help process everything. My therapist helped me see that I wasn't crazy for feeling so betrayed. I had been gaslighted for months, made to think I was overreacting when my instincts were right all along. He continued trying to contact me, sending long messages about how he was working on himself and how he loved me more than anything. But his actions told a different story. Love isn't taking everything someone has and using it for your own selfish dreams. Eventually, I filed for divorce. It was one of the hardest decisions of my life, but also one of the most necessary. I couldn't imagine staying in a marriage where I would never feel secure or respected again. The financial hit was brutal. We had nothing left in savings, and I had to start over completely. I worked extra hours and cut back on everything. It was exhausting, but it was also empowering in a strange way. I was rebuilding my life, this time on my own terms. Months later, I heard from mutual friends that his business had completely flopped. The equipment he bought was sold for a fraction of what he paid. The people he trusted with money disappeared. He was left with nothing, just like me. But the difference was, I still had my integrity. Sometimes I wonder if he regrets what he did, or if he still blames me for not standing by him. But I've realized it doesn't matter. His choices were his alone, and the consequences are his to bear. I've learned that dreams are worth chasing, but not at the expense of honesty and trust. A real partner would share their dreams and work together to build them, not lie and destroy everything in secret. Looking back, I'm grateful I found out when I did. It hurt like hell, but at least I didn't waste more years of my life on someone who only cared about himself. Today, I'm slowly building my savings again. It's harder now, and sometimes I feel discouraged, But at least I know I'm in control of my future. And one day, I know I'll meet someone who values loyalty, honesty, and partnership the way I do. For now, I'm focusing on myself, healing, and moving forward. And honestly, that feels like the biggest victory of